We are live! Yay! Ooh, look at those big muscles Stu's got. Look at that. Even through his sweatshirt, he's a big muscle guy.
You having a pose off or something in your basement?
I was just excited. We're live on multiple platforms.
So we are, yeah, I'm excited too. We are live. This time we're getting wider and stuff. We're live on my profile, my page, the group, YouTube, and Periscope all at the same time through StreamYard. So in the comments, please say good morning, say hello, let us know your favorite ice cream flavor, which is important. I want to know your favorite ice cream flavor. My
favorite ice cream flavor, of course, is sprinkles.
So everybody say hi, so that way we'll know you're here because we can see the comments. And also, Stu has something to share. It's sharing time. We're going to share. I don't remember if it was last week or I think it was week before last. We were talking about stories and customer stories and customer testimonials. And I gave Stu, I did kind of a customer story testimonial for him.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, dude, you ought to cut that out and make a landing page with that and just see what happens. And Stu,
what did I do? I did.
Stu took action.
Cut that out. Yeah. Cut it out, made a landing page, posted it all over social media. And I have picked up 11 new clients in about, 7 days of doing that?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Stu.
Yeah. It's really big. So it's, I appreciate that and the advice, of course. But yeah, that's all it took.
That's amazing.
Video, little landing page and wham.
Wham, bam. Thank you, Jim. No, wham, bam. Thank you, Stu. So two big lessons out of this, though. Number one, hey, wait a second. I see we got almost 20 people here, and I haven't seen the first like. I haven't seen a hug icon. I haven't seen a heart. What is going on here, please? Our Facebook runs on hearts and comments and likes and shares and stuff. So please, I'm feeling very abandoned and neglected right now. So please give us a heart. So the first thing, though, Stu took action, and that's one of the biggest things about Stu that I've really admired about him since first time we ever met is he takes action. Number two is that's a really good illustration of the fact that if you just get a freaking customer testimonial case study and throw it up on the web and turn it into a landing page, it could turn into a big income generator for you. So that's pretty cool. I agree, Nora. Nora says action leading to results. So that is awesome. So congratulations, Stu. Do you want to show everybody the page real quick?
Let's see.
Oh, Lordy.
Hang on. Well, I did it a couple different ways. I wrote a blog on it, and then I was able to share all that all over the web. Mm-hmm. And then can I share from here?
Yeah, share your screen, and then I'll share your screen, and then I'll enable it.
Okay. Like I said, I am not okay, there it is. The big share screen button.
That would be the one.
All right. So I will share.
Yeah, because the thing I want everybody to see from this is I love you, Stu, but the design ain't your thing. So it's like Stu gets it up, gets it done, and
then I worry about the design. Yes.
Exactly.
That is
so true. Look at you with your Norton safe search. So what are we looking at here?
Well, I'm going to show you two things. One, okay. I just posted it up on kind of an older website here. This is Stu Smith Fitness or StuSmith.com. This was from the 90s that I still have, but anyway, I posted it up here. A lot of people find this on the internet. So it's just real basic. Before you buy, give me a call. There's a human behind this purchase. Boom. Got a lot of phone calls. And then that was it. So that's it.
Stu's whole high ticket funnel is a headline, a YouTube video, and that amazing call to action before you buy. Give Stu a call. That gets people to call. He sees if they're right or not, and then you put them over. You either let them into the coaching program, or you say, "Hey, this isn't right for you, but I do have this, and you might want to check that out." And then show them the other page that you put it
now
up on.
That was kind of cold traffic, but this is my article that I wrote on, and this is a headline I pulled from one of the wizards, by the way. How to Build Good Habits of Daily Fitness, Meet Your Goals, Avoid Injuries, and One-on-One Coaching by Stu Smith. So anyway, same thing basically. And then I just explain what it all is. I got a couple more testimonials here. Let me be your coach, couple more options. Boom. And then I share this on social media, with, Facebook and all that stuff. So
I want everybody to understand what Stu did. He made a landing page and he drove some traffic to it, and he got results. He didn't spend 5 weeks thinking about it, 6 weeks designing it, 3 weeks hiring the perfect designer to design the page, and then 6 weeks ruminating about actually driving, making it happen. In a couple of days, he got it done. So I'm really, really, really proud of you for doing that.
Well, thank you, sir. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it works.
Hey, Wojtek, we see your name. No worries. It doesn't say Facebook user anymore. And hey, Anderson, glad you're here too. So that's awesome. So let's talk about the first. We're going to do the show, and then we're going to do the podcast, and we're going to wrap up by 9:55 because I got a 10 o'clock appointment.
Let's do it.
So what are we talking about today, Stu?
Well, I noticed somewhere in the sales, copywriting, content marketing hacks with Jim Edwards' Facebook group, somebody was mentioning about elevator speeches. Okay. And I was like, elevator speech, that's a good topic. But what do we call them? Do we call them elevator speeches?
Here's the thing. Let's talk for a second about what is an elevator speech, a traditional elevator speech. In fact, let's do this. Let's go to the Googles and an elevator pitch. What is an elevator pitch? Let's see. What is an elevator pitch? It's a quick summary of yourself. Okay, that's actually good. A personal elevator pitch is a quick summary of yourself. And it's the reason they call it that is because it was based on the old thing of if you met somebody, and when people were in belly-to-belly sales, door-to-door sales, people did a lot of presentations in person. They were always trying to get appointments. So one of the things that sales trainers would teach you to do is to try and get on the elevator with somebody, and they're a captive audience from when you get on to when they get off. So you had about 20 to 30 seconds to be able to pitch them on something. That's where the term elevator pitch came from. So the problem with most elevator pitches is they're about you. This is what we do. This is what I've done. This is about my book, all that. And over the years, they became very self-centered instead of customer-centric. So that was, Purnell says 30-second origin story. Well, no, that would be a good thing to do, but that's not what a traditional elevator pitch is. And so actually a friend of mine, Felicia Slattery, wrote a book. I believe the title of it is Kill the Elevator Speech or Kill the Elevator Pitch, because they're, hey, Parker. So, and by the way, I like the picture you put up on Facebook of Parker showing his treats in your chair. Is like getting comfortable, but like, dang, son, put some pants on. So one of the things that we know from copywriting is that nobody cares about you. They only care about themselves. And so what you need to do instead of an elevator pitch, you need to have a one sentence, explanation of what you do from the standpoint of how it helps your target audience. And so what we did actually is we've created inside of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, we have the What I Do in One Sentence wizard. And so good morning, Allie. Allie from Florida. In another couple months, we're going to wish we were in Florida. But
yep.
Anyway, if you'd like, I can kind of show you some examples of that if you'd care to see it. And even if you wouldn't care to see it, we're going to look at it anyway. So this is available inside of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, inside of Easy Online Wizards. And what this does is it helps you to create something that tells people exactly what you do. And we've got examples in here for Jim and Stu. So I'll load the Jim example, and it asks you stuff that's real simple and easy. But, you know, what's your name? Who's your target audience? What's your area of concentration? Big benefit? What do you sell? Big result they want. And then unique identity, something hard your audience doesn't want to do. How fast can you get people results? And then this last one is for, I'll show you why. So the cool thing is, you know, this is how you're able to come up with an explanation. Like, you know, if somebody asked me what I do, my standard response is, and I've delivered this from stage in front of 5,000 people. Okay. I help entrepreneurs just like you go from blank screen to compelling copy, or excuse me, from blank screen to compelling content and money-making sales messages at the whack of a button, no experience required. That's what I do. And it's like, yes, that tells what I do, but it's all about the person or the target audience, and it creates what? What does it create? It creates interest and curiosity, because the whole point of that is for somebody to say, wow, that sounds cool. Tell me more. Not get away from me. You know, think of somebody trapped on an elevator and you're like, oh my God, this person has terrible breath and my floor needs to get here. And you're like, okay, have a great day. Get away from me.
Plus it also makes you say, can he help me?
Correct. And when someone is coming at you from the standpoint of they're trying to sell you on, can you help me? Or can I hire you? Or how do you do that? Or what have you got? It turns you, it's not you chasing them, it's them chasing you, which is the difference between you trying to sell somebody and someone trying to buy from you, which people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. So, you know, you can keep whacking this until you see it. You know, I'm Jim Edwards and I created the easy button to make more sales. I mean, that's kind of pithy.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm Jim Edwards. I created the copyright and content creation easy button all entrepreneurs need to make more sales. I mean, that sounds a little braggy, but so what? It sounds cool. So you can do this. You know, I take entrepreneurs who have no clue about copyright and content creation from zero to creating sales copy and content that sells their stuff with the click of a mouse. And that sounds more conversational, like something you would say in a bar. So let's load Stu's in here. Hey, Himanshu. I hope I'm saying that right. How are you? Cool. So let's look at Stu's here, and we click build. I'm Stu Smith, and I created the Tactical Fitness Easy button to get to and through intense tactical assessment and selection programs and qualify for service in your chosen tactical profession. Now that sounds a little wordy, but that's okay. Yeah. I'm Stu Smith, and I created the easy button for all tactical fitness. That sounds a little cooler. Stu Smith is your one-stop shop, the Home Depot of the tactical fitness industry. That's good.
I like that one.
I help military, law enforcement, and firefighter candidates dominate their competition and get to and through intense tactical assessment and selection programs with books, ebooks, and online coaching so you can qualify for service in your chosen tactical profession.
Hang on, Jim. Let me show you something real quick. Because I liked that one so much that what I did was...
Are you going to show your screen?
It is now part of my banner. I help struggling military, special ops, law enforcement, firefighter candidates get to and through intense tactical selection programs using my books, ebooks, online coaching. You will qualify for service to your country or community.
Wow. Excuse me.
So I actually used this wizard to make my elevator speech. I liked it so much that I put it on my banner.
That's amazing. Steven says brag or cool. Depends on your audience. It depends on you. Again, that's part of your I think it's still cool. I mean, you got to be able to stand up there. I mean, can I back that up? Yes, I can back up what I'm saying. So that's part of it. But that's, that's pretty cool. Let me show you. That's actually really cool that you have that in that banner. Good morning, Christopher. I don't know if this is public knowledge, but you put it on Facebook. But we want to give a shout out to Christopher and his wife. Christopher's wife recently had brain surgery, and we got to have tumors removed. And we just got wonderful news yesterday that all of those tumors were benign.
Nice.
So that is good. That is good news and proof of the power of prayer. So awesome. So congrats, shout out to her. So I'm gonna show one other thing real quick. And that is, if we come down here, this is another way to engage people. And our mutual friend, Jeff Herring, was the one who introduced me to this idea. And it's a 2-step. So this is when someone asks you, what do you do? And instead of just vomiting it out to them, you can look at them and say, somebody says, hey, what do you do? And Stu says, well, do you know? And it depends on your audience, depends on where you are. But you could say, do you know how military, law enforcement, and firefighter candidates really struggle with tactical fitness, really struggle to get in shape, especially for tough selection programs? Well, what I do is I help military, law enforcement, and firefighter candidates get to and through intense tactical assessment and selection programs. And I offer books, ebooks, and online coaching to help them do it so that they can actually qualify for service in their chosen tactical profession. I mean, that's mint right there. People are like, if they're in your target audience or they know somebody, they're like, dude, I got to know what you're doing. I got to know what you're all about, because you've engaged them by asking them that question and then getting that acknowledgement. And then you come right in with the bam, and they have to, if they're even close to interested, they're going to say something. So this actually walks you through a ton of these, and makes those as well. And then you've got all the other choices down here. So like, I'm a former Navy SEAL. I'm the former Navy SEAL that military, law enforcement, and firefighter candidates go to for tools and strategies that actually work so they can qualify for service in their chosen tactical profession, or so they can make it to and through assessment, whatever. If you were talking to see, once you've got this memorized and you know the flow. Good morning, Jason. Good morning, Denise. Hey, Mohit. I hope I said that right. Mohit is joining us through YouTube, Stu.
What?
Yes. He's joining us through the YouTubes. Way to go. When you know this, though, you can adapt it. So you could get a little smarty pants. You meet somebody who said, oh, yeah, I'm trying to get an X-ray contract. And you say, well, guess what? I'm the former Navy SEAL that X-ray candidates come to if they want to get in shape to make it to and through Special Forces selection. Oh, that's pretty good, because that like throws down the gauntlet too. You know what I mean? Get all much and Alias, is this wizard in funnel scripts? And no, this is actually in the Jim Edwards Method Premium. This is my other membership site where I have all my content creation scripts. But that's pretty good, right, Stu?
I like that.
But it's not just what Stu thinks. It's like, what do you all think? Have you all learned something this morning? Is this something that you, is that something that you are going to do? You're going to work on your own, what I do in one sentence, instead of just looking at this elevator speech pitch thing. Good morning, Marimbe. I hope I'm saying that right. Marimbe is here from Perth, Western Australia. I think it's tomorrow there.
You got about 5 continents going on right now.
No, man, we do what we can. We need somebody from we need somebody from Antarctica.
Yeah.
We don't. That's what we need. Jason says, great site with lots of wizards and content. Thank you. So I think, unless anybody has any questions about what I do in one sentence stuff, I think we can scoot on over to do our podcast episode if that's cool. Denise says, is this in funnel scripts too? No, it is not. Pretty much the thing to understand about funnel scripts versus the Jim Edwards Method Premium. Funnel scripts is the vast majority of funnel scripts is all sales oriented script stuff to help you get your funnels up. And in the Jim Edwards Method Premium, we have the majority of them are scripts to help you with content creation, content marketing. There is some overlap with funnel scripts. Some of the original funnel scripts, about 15 of the original scripts were started out in my thing. We white labeled them over and then I adapted them and they've morphed and stuff. But there's a pretty significant difference between the Jim Edwards Method and funnel scripts. So good question. Marimbe says it is 9:24 at night where he is. Steven's here from Ireland. Yes, Stu.
Hey, just to have a little conclusion to the elevator pitch or
please
thing. I have always learned it as I am here to help people blank by providing them blank.
Okay.
Just you fill in the blanks.
I help people to benefit without problem with my solution. That's a good starting formula for that. Yeah. So that's good. And Nora liked the thing, ask real helpful, ask us a question to pre-select them before you tell them what you do. Yes. So that's a way to engage them. And also, that's a great point. And I'll stretch this because as I get older, my stories take longer and I can't let go of, I'm like a dog on a ham bone. But it's interesting when you meet people, especially like in a networking event, I think a funnel hacking live or something like that. You get 5,000 people during the break. You got people coming at you from every angle. And the polite thing to do is to ask somebody, hey, what do you do? Now, in actuality, when they ask you, they really don't give a about what you do. Okay. They don't. But when you ask a question like that, you know how most special forces candidates really struggle to get in shape to be able to make it to and through selection. And they're like, no, I didn't know that. Or yeah, it shocks them out of that hypnosis and actually gets them to pay attention. So when you hit them with the one sentence thing, it actually has an impact instead of oh crap, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go pee. I hope they're not out of coffee. Where's my friend I was trying to meet? Where's the person I was trying to talk to pitch them on my thing? You shake them out of that hypnosis that they're in. And that's why it works really, really well. So thanks for
that's a good point.
Yeah. Point. So anyway, okay, cool. So when you all come on the gym boat next year live, we're going to do virtual gym boat this year, but when we're on the actual boat next year, because everybody will have their little COVID-19 vaccine and stuff, you can come up to me and you can ask me a question and I'll still say, well, walk with me to the bathroom, but you can at least have my attention while we're headed that way. Oh, here we go. Look at Denise. She's a doer too. Do you know how most kids spend too much time on a screen and are increasingly getting overweight? Yes, I do. What I do is that's good, Denise. I like that. And I bet if you went and used the wizard, it'd be even quicker. Awesome. That's good. That's good, Denise. Okay. So now here's the thing. This is kind of, how do you want to do this? This is kind of a sidebar. You're seeing, Stu and me having a side conversation.
As we transition to the podcast?
As we transition,
podcast number 89.
Oh, this is 89. I said 88.
Hang on.
Oh, well, you'll fix it.
It might be 88. The only problem is I'm at 187 on mine and I get the two confused sometimes. Yeah. So that's my fault.
Okay. That's okay. I just made up a number. But here's the thing, since we're streaming live to YouTube, already. How does that impact doing the podcast? I guess the podcast on YouTube will just be this, but then I'll still give you the thingy so that you can turn into podcast on iTunes and all that other stuff, right?
Yes. If you send me the audio file, I'll just post it up on the audio Spotify, Apple Podcast, stuff like that.
All right, cool. And Denise says, good. And you're up to number 187 on your podcast?
Yes.
Excuse me, overachiever.
And you this is 87. So anyway.
It's 88 today, son.
88 today, yeah.
88 today.
Yeah, we have 87 last week, 88 today. You're right.
Okay, cool. Well, it wouldn't matter. Even if it was supposed to be 86, it says 88. So it's 88.
Oh, okay. It's 88. Perfect. I was right the first time. I should not have doubted myself.
All right. So even if it said 90, it's 90, man. I mean, it's in there now. Okay. My go juice. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here, and welcome back to the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks podcast with
Jim Edwards and Stu Smith.
I get too much visual stuff going on. We're doing this thing live now in front of all these different people, and I got comments, and I got banners, and I got Stu, and I got choking on coffee, and it's just another great podcast episode. So we're doing our best. So today, Stu, as the podcast producer and show manager and person with the bigger guns, what are we doing?
Well, funny you should ask, because I gave you some options.
Yeah.
and we never figured out what was the final option.
Oh, okay.
So our options are: do you want to talk about the project of writing a book, almost like a to-do list?
Okay.
Right? And why you want to write a book for your business.
Yeah.
Or we talk about how the sales copy should look on a landing page, and if there is a wizard or script that you would recommend.
Okay. So rather than us deciding, we're going to give this like 30 seconds, and everybody who is here with us live, you tell us, should we talk about, I give you tips on how to write a book really fast, or I can give you tips on what Stu said about sales copy and how it should look. So you need to tell us in the comments. You're going to pick, and I'm going to go to Egg Timer right now, and we're going to give you.
I will say this, Jim. I got both of these questions from the Facebook group, Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks with Jim Edwards Facebook group. So if you haven't joined that group, you should.
Okay.
Most
well,
people who are watching this are on the Facebook group already, but there may be some from the other platforms that will be interested in getting some of this information.
Okay, well, everybody's saying landing page and nobody said book, so we can always do that. And Angel says, Jim, your stuff works well in Spanish. I've been testing it with a team of 90 entrepreneurs. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, so one person said write a book really fast. The other said sales page for a landing page. So what we're going to talk about, somebody said both. We've got 20 minutes.
Whichever one we don't do this week, we'll do next week.
We'll do that next week. Maybe. So, okay. So we're going to do this for 20 minutes. Let me give us, nope. Okay. So I'm going to start that. Now, what in particular do you want to know about sales copy? I mean, you came up with this. We got to have kind of a context for it.
Well, the question was, how long should it be?
Okay.
Like, how in depth is sales copy on a landing page?
Okay.
Think what a landing page is. It's really a hook.
Well, no, it starts with a hook.
Right.
Okay. So let's define what is I'm getting my little building blocks and stuff out. Okay. So
that's a good idea.
A landing page is a page that you send traffic to that is designed to get people to do a specific thing. And I like to tell people it's, there's only certain things that people can do, and that is to either buy, sign up, click a link, or call the phone. That's pretty much all people can do. Now, if you want to simplify it even more, you can, when someone on a landing page only has two purposes: to turn somebody into a sale or to turn somebody into a lead. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. So another thing that people ask is, and Angel asks is, how long should it be? Now that's going to depend on the price and the traffic. Because if you're selling something for $5,000, you typically need to have more information than if you're selling something for $97. Typically. However, I know someone who shall remain nameless who sells a $5,000 coaching program to cold traffic using nothing but a headline, a video sales letter, and an order button. That's it. This person spends about $4,000 to make every $5,000 sale, but he still does it. I mean, would you spend $4,000 to make $5,000 every day? I would. I'd do it twice a day. No, seriously.
Yeah.
I'm not being a smart ass.
No.
So if you think about a landing page, again, a landing page is going to follow a 3-part formula. And many of you, this will be very familiar to you. Okay. It's going to follow a formula called hook, story, offer. Now, this can be a hook, story, offer. Typically is either a headline or a picture. So no matter what you're going to do, you are going to use a headline on however you do this. Because I see people in the stuff, people asking, how much copy for a $997 program? How much copy for a $97 program? You recommend a video sales letter as opposed to copy. And again, it depends on what the purpose is of your landing page. So one of the things I would tell everybody to do is make sure that you're showing up to Funnel Fridays every Friday when Russell and Brusson and I do that, because every Friday we talk about a different type of funnel. And typically we spend most of the time on the first page, the landing page for each type of funnel. We've done webinars, book funnels, high ticket funnels. We're getting ready to do survey funnels this week. So as far as the story part can be an epiphany bridge story. That is a story about you and how you came to create a product. That answers the questions for people of why should they listen to you? What's the big reason behind the product? Why are you qualified? What was the story? It fills in all the background and then leads to the offer, which it's really the story is the transition into the offer, fills in all the blanks and then makes people the offer. Another way that you can tell the story is by following the formula of problem, agitate, solve, where you're telling the story of the problem that most people face. Then you agitate, you make the problem even worse, and then you solve the problem, typically with a story of how you were able to overcome it or a customer was able to overcome it. And then you go to the offer, which is typically an offer stack of some kind. So another thing you can do, and Stu talked about this on our live show, you can do the hook, the headline. You can make the story a customer case study. Now, Stu, I don't want to misquote you or something like that, but you said that using a real simple landing page with a headline, a video, and a call to action that is real simple. Call me on the phone and I'll talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And you give the number, and the story was a customer testimonial or a case study a customer story, success story of being in your PT club, which is your high ticket coaching. Now, I happen to have been the person that gave you the testimonial, but you have signed up in the last week 11 people to your individual one-on-one coaching. Yes.
And all I did was change that information that you just said. Yep.
You didn't change it. You just set it up. You put up a headline, you put up a video and a call to action. You didn't even really do an offer stack.
I added that just on my main page. Just boop, put it right up there. Yep.
So again, thinking of hook, story, offer. How long the story and how ornate the offer needs to be depends on how complicated the sale is and the traffic. Now, somebody in the live asked us, how much copy for a $997 program? Well, if it's cold traffic and if it's a higher end product for people, then you're probably going to have a decent amount of copy. You're going to have to spend some time developing the offer, developing the story, really explaining the offer stack, removing objections either in the story or through an FAQ or however you're going to do that in the story and with the offer. And there's other stuff typically that you have in here as well, but this is the basic. These are the basics that need to be in everything. However, if you're making an offer for $997 to your list, to people who know who you are, to hot traffic, people that know, like, and trust you, I've done it many times with nothing but a headline and a video. I get people to sign up to go for a week to be trapped on a cruise ship with me depending on how you're looking at it. If you want to look at it this way, people trust me enough to watch a 3-minute video and click a button and commit, in some cases, coming halfway around the world to be trapped on a boat with me for a week to learn stuff. And they pay upwards of at least $3,000 to $5,000 to do that, not including airfare. So again, it depends on the traffic and it depends on the price point. It depends on how complicated the sale is. How technical is it? How much explaining is there? Can you explain? I have another funnel that starts with a 2-minute video where we give away a piece of software. If you go to #scraper.com, you'll see it. And I give away a piece of software. We do a quick demo. It's like 2 minutes. It's got a 65% opt-in rate. And then I make 3 more offers on the back end of that. And our earnings per our EPC on that is almost $3 because it's great. So again, somebody just asked about what about like a perfect webinar script or a perfect webinar as far as landing page. Okay. A landing page for a webinar, it has been proven that the more you put on the webinar landing page, the less likely people are to sign up because more information talks them out of actually making the sale or actually signing up because it gives them reasons not to sign up. So the absolute best pages for signing up for a webinar have a headline, they have a promise of some kind, a promise of the webinar, and they have a button to sign up. That's above the fold. That's all that's above the fold. That's what's working. I'm seeing 60, 65, 70% opt-in rates. The more stuff you put on, the more likely they are not to sign up. Now, the next thing that you can put underneath that, if you want to, when we're talking about webinar stuff, is you can put basically a real quick bio as it pertains to the folks that you're targeting for your webinar. So, meet your instructor. And this is a perfect place for you to use some of the scripts that we got inside the Jim Ellis Method Premium, because meet your instructor, the very first sentence that they should read next should be the what I do in 1 sentence wizard result. Okay. And then you can do a couple, 3, 4 bullets about you. underneath that you can make with the About Me wizard. And then you have, I hope I don't break something. And then you have underneath that bio thing, another call to action to sign up for the webinar. That's it. Okay. Yeah. You'll have the day and time. Okay. On here somewhere. It's like, join me Wednesday at 9 a.m. for blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's your whole landing page for a webinar. You any more than that, you're just talking yourself out of the sale. So, I mean, without getting into specific types of landing pages, that's as specific as I can get about a really, really broad topic. You got to have a great hook, no matter what type of landing page you're making. If your hook sucks, everything else can be perfect and you won't get much traction, if any traction at all. The story is what you use to get them emotional. People buy on emotion. If you don't get people to buy, to try, to click, to sign up or register or whatever, if you can't make them emotional. And then your offer has got to be super, super, super compelling. It's got to be something that makes your target audience go, holy crap, I've got to have that. Even if you're offering something for free. If you go check out that #scraper.com, even though I'm giving it away for free, you're going to want to get your hands on it. You're going to want to have the software. You're going to want to say, damn, that looks cool. Let me grab it before Jim changes his mind, which is the whole emotion that I want to create in the little 2-minute video that I make for you. And I use a lot of humor in that video too. Rezwan was reading my mind because while I was telling you what to do about the presenter, he was asking any element to add for about the presenter. Great minds think alike. Jason said, Jim and Russell recently did a webinar funnel on Fun Fridays. Highly recommend checking it out. And there you go. So Justin said, I downloaded #scraper the second it came out. Thanks, Jim, for continuing to help us to kick butt. Nice. What's that? Is that a peach?
That's a foot and a peach. So yeah, you're kicking some butt.
Oh, so the peach is like the eggplant.
Well,
the eggplant represents a wing, and the peach represents the booty. Okay, yeah. I like it. I like it. I learned. See, like Stu says, I learned something today.
You're now smarter.
I'm gonna start using the peach with the wing. That's my goal, is to make liquid come out of Stu's nose at some point.
Almost did.
So it appears to me that we have 6 minutes and 5 seconds left to discuss this further. Let's look back through any questions and stuff that people said. This is a good question. Jason said, do you recommend a VSL as opposed to copy? Did I answer this yet? No. Okay. Nope. For those of you that don't know, a VSL is a video sales letter. That's like what the cool kids call a video sales letter. And so me typically, when I'm testing an offer, when I'm first coming out with an offer now, I test a video sales letter first. Because that doesn't mean I don't have any other text underneath it. But there are some people, when you think about a landing page, there are some people that will just read a hook headline, watch a video, and say, I need this. And they'll whack the button to go buy it. What percentage that is for your audience, I don't know. For my audience, it's somewhere around 30%, 35%. Then other people need more information underneath that to make a decision. Sometimes some people don't want to watch a video, or they can't watch a video because they're at work or something. So they can't play sound or whatever it is. So they want to read. So sometimes the video transcript is what is in the actual sales letter underneath the video. And we'll even say, hey, if you'd rather read this or don't want to watch or can't watch, just read the transcript below. And there you go. That's real big in the financial services industry, by the way. They do big, long 20, 30, 40-minute VSLs, and then you can read the transcript down below. And then typically down below also will have a whole bunch of information about the offer stack, build up the value, break out each individual element, has a cool title, has a cool description, has a high value. Then we'll give people part of the offer is, but you're not going to pay $1,200 today. You're only, you're going to pay $97. But typically I start with the VSL I can't think of the last time I made an offer that did not include some sort of a VSL. So I always start with that. That's a great question. Denise says, I prefer reading. Okay, well, then that's great. Then you're in the 65% of my audience that likes to read, and that's why I include the stuff down below. Some stuff, like especially with software, you got to demo it so people want it. That's so, sometimes it's just they're going to watch the video if they want it. Somebody asked, how long did it take to shoot the video for Hashtag Scraper? Did you do it yourself? I did do it myself, and with all the editing and all the other stuff that I did with that, it probably took about 3 hours. What is your favorite style hook right now? That's a great question, and I'm not going to give a smart ass answer, but I will let the pickle give the smart ass answer.
Whichever hook I test that works the best. If you want to know which is best, test.
Honestly, it depends. Sometimes it's a question. Sometimes it's a
cool picture.
Sometimes it's a picture. Sometimes it's a combination of both. It's a benefit-driven headline. Others, it's the yin and yang headline. How to blank without blank. It's whatever is going to work the best. So there you go. Yeah.
Overall, this was a great question.
Yes.
To do a podcast on. So
yep.
You rolled with it. And yep. I know we're limited with time, so I'm going
to answer this one real quick. Pernell asked, is there a sales letter wizard? Yes. Inside of the Jim Edwards Method Premium, we have a sales letter wizard that is very, 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 very robust. Very robust. Stu has used it a couple times. We have some good examples from Stu. And inside of Funnel Scripts, we have complete sales letter wizard and some other stuff. So there are several things we have to help you do that.
Short form, long form.
Yep.
A couple of different options.
Absolutely. Then one last thing, how often do you test? You're always testing. Always testing. Always testing. Always testing. Always paying attention to what you're doing and what kind of results you're getting. Always, always, always testing. So good question. All right, let's wrap this up, Mr. Stu.
Yes.
You have some pithy words for us?
You know what? My pithy words are, I was just such receive mode when you were speaking that I was just taking it in. I had nothing to transmit throughout that show.
Okay.
Because I was just like, that's good. That's good. So you answered the question quite thoroughly. And I knew you would. Next week, if we answer the one on the book or the ebook, I actually can add some comments or two to that process because, I do that several times a year for the last 20 years. So we would we will answer those book writing questions for you if you have them next week.
Absolutely. So somebody just asked, where could we find out more about the Jim Edwards Method Premium? And I just threw the link into the thing. So cool.
Jim, that's really cool. When you did that, you actually posted on all of your platforms at the same time.
I know. I noticed that too. That was pretty badass right there. This is neat. This StreamYard thing is cool.
StreamYard is my upgrade from Zoom, it looks like.
Yeah. This is, I canceled my upgrade in Zoom and I just went down to the lowest thing in in Zoom just so I could keep doing stuff and recording and doing other things. But man, I jumped on the high end thing from StreamYard. I think if you pay annually, it's $480 a year. So that's less. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And Jason's asking, virtual gym boat cruise link. Don't have that together yet, but we're getting that together. In fact, we're having a team meeting about that on Friday afternoon. So we're going to start getting all the details together about that. So I'll start sharing that with everybody. So that's what we got. This thing's cool. I'm gonna tell you, I mean, I got no horse in this race. I got no affiliate link with StreamYard, but I'm telling you, I've used a bunch of different stuff. I've used Zoom. I've used GoToMeeting. I've used GoToWebinar. I've used I forget what the other thing that people used to use to get on Facebook. But this thing is cool to be able to go live in a bunch of different places at the same time, and let people, instead of forcing people to come see you where you want them to see you, go where they are and do it that way. So, okay, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Stu. And we will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.